Good morning, everyone. Today is October 9th, 2020. It is 32 and feels like 27 here in North Idaho. I'm Jody and welcome to Moose Flats Farm. So today's project is I'm going to be transplanting approximately 300 plus of my seedlings, and if time permits, getting my peppers and eggplants into the pepper and eggplant seeds into the seed starting trays. But as you can see, the cilantro is ready to be transplanted. And these peppers and eggplants here are ready to go into a 4-inch pot. And then my watermelon, more tomatoes and peppers at that end. And then I'll be working on getting the brassicas put into a 4-inch pot. So I've got my potting mix, gonna just put it in this tub so it'll make it easier to fill the 4-inch pots. Break up the big clumps. Try not to make a mess. And because how I'm labeling everything as like the cilantro is B1, or not cilantro, the vine peach is B1. I did go through and make these flashcards that have all their B numbers and their names, because on the pots themselves I'm just going to put the B number, and I'll have this so I'll know what is what. So gonna count how many cilantro I have, get their pots labeled, get the pots filled, and start getting them transplanted. And I got this Sharpie permanent marking stick to label the pots, and I did do it in white, so it should show up good on the tan pots. So there we go, B2. Now have 32 more to do. So I know I'm in the shade, but I got a bunch of the stuff transplanted. Show you that in a minute. The eggplant looks a little sad. Hopefully it will recover from it. And I should have transplanted the cilantro a couple days ago. It's a little leggy, but it looks like it's going to be okay. And I did learn one thing: don't water the stuff right before you go to transplant it. I think that's part of my issue with the eggplant, is the roots were just pulling out of the dirt. So I'm not going to do the brassicas right now, just because I watered them this morning and they are still so young that I don't want to really shock them. But I'm going to work on hanging the grow lights so I can get these guys under a light. And I did buy these guys here. I bought 6 of them. They're the blue-pink spectrum. Even though the Black Magic ones are the blue-pink spectrum, these ones show blue and pink. But I'm going to get them hung and show you these guys as I get them put in place. Yeah, that's even going to show up there. That's a little bit. So there's some cilantro and a pepper. I'll get the other camera here in a little bit and do a probably going to have to move those lights up, but looks like it should work. Get the other one up. And this one's cilantro and a couple peppers again. And this one, other than that one eggplant, the eggplant looks good. Cilantro and peppers. So, I know, I'm in the dark. So I'm gonna get the rest of these lights put in, and probably tomorrow when I get home from work, that way the eggplant that looks really sad hopefully we'll have perked up and I'll go through and show you what it all looks like. So last night David John came home from work with some wind chimes. So I confiscated this one. It's a great big one. So that's going to be the music for today's video. I hope you guys don't think it's too weird. I love listening to wind chimes. But let's walk through and see what everything looks like. And as I just said last night, or in your guys' case, 5 minutes ago or 2 minutes ago, don't transplant seedlings that you've just freshly watered. Most of them have bounced back, but I think I will be losing a couple. But I'm going to show you what everything looks like. Okay, up in this one, my cilantro is standing nice and tall. Got some peppers, and in the back there is some eggplants. The watermelon is looking good. The eggplants and tomatoes and a couple peppers. As I was saying, don't think that eggplant is going to recover, but I'm going to leave it and we'll see. Some of them I accidentally pulled the roots out of, but over here I've got peppers. You can kind of see in there. And that is my stevia. And up in here, and this did show that they had poor germination rate. So let's see if I can. You can kind of see a couple starts, and that's my strawberry. Take my cheat cards with me. But my vine peaches and the lemon bee balm. There we go. The 2 little clumps of that. But as you can see on all my brassicas, they're a little leggy, but when I go in to transplant, I can plant them up and they'll be fine. I just didn't want to attempt it and really get them messed up. Got some peppers there. I think that is the Mad Hatter. And then some tomatoes in the back. More brassicas. The thyme really did not germinate, so I'm going to be doing that on a paper towel. My bunching onions are starting to go. Some of the citronella looks like it's starting to root. Most of it's not taking, but the ivy looks really good. 55. Yeah. Oh. Rosemary. And more lemon bee balm, brassicas, And over here, if I can snake the camera in, I've got the basil, the two different flavors of basil. Oh, I lost my place. So right here, I've got my sweet basil. And in the back here, I've got my dark purple opal basil. So most of my basil is going to be going in, where that? And then I just knocked my whole plant mantra push away down. But most of the basil is going to be going like into pots like this for sale. So they'll get a sweet basil and then an opal basil in each pot. So that's what we're thinking on doing with that. Just knock everything over, why don't I? But everything is getting there, and we're just gonna continue on.